Coming up on the Maroon Report, see how Mississippi State is contributing to the students during Thanksgiving break and how the contribution is making them feel at home.
Also, if you're hunting this season, make sure you know the safety tips it takes to protect yourself while hunting in the woods. More on that story coming up. Your Maroon Report starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to the Maroon Report. I'm Caroline Ray.
And I'm Christiana Cloy. Not being able to go home for Thanksgiving dinner won't be an issue this Thursday. Taylor Green has the story.
Mississippi State's Thanksgiving break is coming up, but some students don't see the point in going home for just 3 days. But they won't be missing out on their Thanksgiving dinner.
You don't need to worry if you're not going home for Thanksgiving, because Fresh Foods will be serving Thanksgiving dinner from 11 to 1 and 5 to 7.
If you still have available block or flex dollars, you'll be able to enter Fresh Foods and have a Thanksgiving dinner served by the cafeteria staff.
MSU student Kate Pitts says she lives too far away to go home for Thanksgiving, and she's thankful that Fresh Foods is serving, so she doesn't have to be alone.
I live out of state, so I'm unable to go home, and so instead of me just sitting at home by myself, I'm glad that I'm going to be able to still kind of experience that Thanksgiving feel because of the food here.
And some students are just happy they don't need to spend their own money.
Very grateful that Fresh will be serving food for Thanksgiving, so I don't have to rely on going off campus and spending my own money.
For the Maroon Report, I'm Taylor Green.
The Egg Bowl is moving back to Thanksgiving Day for the 2017 and 2018 season. The last time Mississippi State and Ole Miss squared off on Thanksgiving Day was in 2013. Some Mississippi State students don't mind the tradition of the game being played on the holiday, while others aren't so happy about it.
I'm not necessarily for it because it does take away from people getting to spend time with their families. I have a lot of friends in the band, and so I know that does really kind of stink for them. You know, they won't be able to spend time with their families. And since we only get Wednesday, it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, and it just kind of like jumbles things up.
Even though it's, it's a tradition, but Thanksgiving is a tradition too, so I feel like it should not be on Thanksgiving.
It'd be really nice to have it back on Thanksgiving, just because as an out-of-state student, I'm actually not a country student. My family's military and they're stationed overseas, and so for me, I don't really have any tradition that I get to do on Thanksgiving Day, and I don't have anybody to spend it with. So it's kind of cool for us that are far away from home, or international students, or that don't really have family or traditions, to be able to have something collectively to do on Thanksgiving Day.
We've always had the tradition of watching NFL, and now we'll have the Egg Bowl, and I've always been one of those where I'd rather spend time with family, and being the Egg Bowl in the regular season, I can go to that and spend time with family on Thanksgiving.
I disagree with it. I'm more for family time. I think Thanksgiving is like time for thanks, and everyone should be spending time with their family and enjoying that.
The Egg Bowl will kick off this Saturday in Oxford at 2:30 p.m. and will be televised on the SEC network.
Mississippi State University College of Architecture, Art, and Design's Department of Art for Public Reception will present its news exhibit. Contact F16 BFA Photography exhibition will be on display in the university's Visual Arts Center gallery. The work celebrates the final year of Art Department studies of senior art major Sydney Armour of Birmingham, Alabama. The exhibit will be free to the public from November 22nd to December 2nd. The Egg Bowl tradition continues throughout the week. Yesterday, MSU and Ole Miss Army ROTC cadets came together for the 4th annual Egg Bowl run. The 100-mile run stretched from Starkville to Oxford, where cadets carried a football to Calhoun City, then handing it off to other cadets for the second leg of the run.
A new report from the National Science Foundation finds MSU ranked among the nation's top 100 research institutions. The NSF also ranked MSU the highest research university in the state. Vice President for Research David Shaw says the current funding environment for research has never been more competitive, so it's gratifying to see faculty competing well against their peers. MSU is ranked 64th among all public institutions. Thanksgiving break is a time to relax from taking tests and studying. We asked a few students what their Thanksgiving traditions are like.
Well, I guess we combine our Thanksgiving and Christmas together. So, instead of doing two separate things, kind of do it together.
Whenever I go home, my family will cook and we just gather together and just have a good time.
We'll gather as a family at my grandparents' house and we'll do Thanksgiving lunch and then eat on those leftovers at my grandmama's house for days to come.
But I know one of the biggest things that we do, we like to go to the movies. I know it's kind of weird, but like we like to go to the movies, and then after that we come back and then watch movies at home, like old movies, like like Thanksgiving movies, obviously, or like this Christmas movies, since Thanksgiving just got over. So that's pretty much what we do.
Mississippi State won't be playing in a bowl game this year, but a win from the Dogs will stop Ole Miss from being in a bowl game as well. More on that story after the break.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Monday was the beginning for gun season for hunters. Ariel Traylor explains what you can do to protect yourself during this hunting season.
And I'm here with Justin Breland. He's the owner of Blood Red Outfitters, and he's here to give us some safety tips on hunting.
In Mississippi, it is a law that a blaze orange vest is worn to and from the stand anytime after the ending of bow season in order to be visible to other hunters with high-powered rifles.
What it's designed to do is to keep you safe, so let other hunters in the woods know you're there so you don't get shot. It's, like I said, state law that you wear it. You have to have a full orange vest like this one. It can't have any holes in it. It's blaze orange. I guess because it's so bright, in low light conditions. And just like a construction worker, they wear blaze orange.
Once in your stand, there are a few things you can do to make sure you are safe raising and lowering your weapon, and to keep hunters from falling while elevated. Keeping yourself as safe as possible is the most important part of the sport.
I'm not going to go nowhere.
After a successful harvest, some hunters use tracking dogs to find their game. If you're fond of your dog, it is just as important to keep them safe as well.
I put a bell and a vest on my dog because no deer or anything or any animal that you're hunting is going to be over there ringing a bell. So if you hear a bell coming, you know something's up.
You cannot make it home to your loved ones or continue to hunt if you're critically injured. So make sure you practice safe hunting laws this year while in the field. For the Maroon Report, I'm Ariel Traylor.
American rapper and music producer Kanye West is suffering from exhaustion after canceling the remaining dates to the St. Pablo tour. The decision to hospitalize West came after a Los Angeles police car responding to disturbance complaint. West canceled his Sunday night show in California with no explanation. He was set to perform in surrounding areas through New Year's. West's mother-in-law, Kris Jenner, says he needs rest.
The Trump transition team is back to business after a long weekend of interviews at Trump's golf course in New Jersey. President-elect Donald Trump met with several prospective hires into his cabinet Monday in New York City. In attendance were former Massachusetts Senator Scott Brown, Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin, Democrat Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabb, and former House Speaker Newt Gingrich. Trump did not make any appointment announcements after the meetings.
For the first time since 2009, Mississippi State will not play in a bowl game. After the Bulldogs' 48-42 loss against Arkansas Saturday, State dropped to 4-6. You need 6 wins for bowl eligibility. And the only game left for the Bulldogs is the annual Egg Bowl against rival Ole Miss. There's one motivating factor left on the table, though, in addition to beating the Rebels. With the win, State will keep Ole Miss out of a bowl game.
Mississippi State women's basketball couldn't get anything going offensively when they traveled to Austin to play Texas in the return game. The state offense couldn't be stopped. The 9th-ranked Bulldogs put up to 26 second quarter points on their way to an 11-point win over 8th-ranked Texas Sunday. After scoring only 41 last year in Austin, State got the offense going early, led by Victoria Vivens and her game-high 19 points.
I'm really proud. I'm just proud that we were able to do this today on national TV in front of the country and show everyone what Stark Vegas and women's basketball is all about.
The first game of the Gilded Tip-Off Classic in Charleston was a disaster for Ben Howland and the Bulldogs. The last two games provided a glimmer of hope for the coming schedule. State followed up their 25-point loss to Central Florida with wins over Boise State and Texas El Paso to take 5th in the tournament. Bulldogs return home Friday to face Lehigh. Taking a look at weather, we finally have some rain in the forecast. Looking for showers and possible thunderstorms to move into the Starkville area by tomorrow morning. The high temperature tomorrow will make it into the upper 60s. Then the sunshine returns for Thanksgiving with the afternoon high getting close to 70 degrees. We'll have another sunny and warm day on Friday for those coming out to do a little Black Friday shopping. The weekend also looks mostly sunny with high in the mid-60s.
The Greater Starkville Development Partnership announced the 2016 Christmas holiday theme. Christmas in Paradise is the theme for this year's holiday season in Starkville. The Christmas parade will feature the famous Maroon Band, MSU cheerleaders, and a host of floats from community businesses and organizations. The parade is set for November 28th at 6 p.m. on Main Street. Starkville is also preparing for the biggest shopping day of the year. Black Friday Bonanza gives the people of Starkville an opportunity to support local businesses. Black Friday is this Friday.
That's all we have for you tonight on the Maroon Report. I'm Christiana Cloy.
And I'm Caroline Ray. Thanks for watching.